Will Sabine Wren be able to use the Force in the Ahsoka show?
Possibly.
Now, the Ahsoka show premieres with 2 episodes on August 23rd, and we are getting more and more TV spots and trailers almost every single day. And many fans have noticed multiple shots from these trailers that look like Sabine Wren trying to use the Force. And if this is true, if Sabine is really Force sensitive, this changes everything! Now stick around to the end of this video to hear why I think Sabine will be able to use the Force, also to hear how a Force-sensitive Mandalorian, other than Grogu of course, changes everything in a post-sequel world. So smash a like on this video and let's break this all down. Sabine Wren being trained by Ahsoka Tano to be able to use the Force changes everything for the future of Star Wars, but who even is Sabine Wren? First introduced in the animated show Star Wars Rebels back in 2014, she is a Mandalorian from the House of Wren. But when Sabine is introduced in the show, she is a rebel, not a Mandalorian. Now this is because she created a super weapon for the Empire that unknowingly would kill thousands of her own people, and she had to leave Mandalore. But in the later seasons of Star Wars Rebels, she comes across the Darksaber, the ancient weapon created by the first ever Force-sensitive Mandalorian, Tar Vizsla. Sabine and Ezra Bridger find this weapon with Darth Maul on Dathomir. She takes the Darksaber and begins her training with Jedi Master Kanan Jarrus. And although the training with Kanan is very short, she learns a whole lot about the Force and how to wield a lightsaber. But all the training and wanting to be able to use the Force or use a lightsaber is all in an attempt to fix Sabine's mistakes and go back to Mandalore to save her people from the Empire. Now this training with Kanan was the first time Sabine has trained with the Force and a lightsaber. So at the time, nobody expected Sabine to become a Force-wielding badass. However, now, at the time of the Ahsoka show, which takes place about 10 years after Star Wars Rebels, we are finding out via these trailers and TV spots that Sabine has trained under Ahsoka Tano for some time. At least long enough to call Ahsoka Master.
Master.
And that one simple line from that trailer made all Star Wars fans begin to speculate. And now, with trailer after trailer and TV spot after TV spot for the Ahsoka show showing new footage of Sabine holding her hand out looking like she's going to use the Force and wielding Ezra Bridger's lightsaber, many fans are beginning to believe that Sabine Wren could become Force sensitive. Now, speaking of Ezra Bridger, he is also supposed to show up in the Ahsoka show. However, Ezra has been trapped in this unknown space outside of the Star Wars galaxy called the New Beyond. He is trapped there with Grand Admiral Thrawn, who will be the main villain of the Mandoverse movie that Dave Filoni is going to direct. Thrawn will also be introduced into live action for the first time in the Ahsoka show as well. But the problem for Ezra is that he has been stuck in this unknown space for 10 years without his lightsaber, because we know Sabine Wren has that lightsaber. And what makes this even more crazy is that the rumors state that Ezra Bridger is going to have different Force abilities than we've ever seen before because he didn't have a lightsaber to protect himself. Now, with all that being said, since the beginning of Star Wars Rebels, Ezra Bridger has always had a huge crush on Sabine Wren. And now with the Ahsoka show most likely reuniting these two characters, many fans believe that these two will become what most of the fandom want Luke Ahsoka to be. A couple in Star Wars that are both very strong with the Force. So if Sabine and Ezra both are Force sensitive and a couple,
now who's gonna stop me?
Now getting back to why I believe that Sabine Wren actually is Force sensitive, and we will see this in the Ahsoka show. In one of the latest trailers that we've received for the Ahsoka show, we actually see Sabine and Ahsoka training. Sabine has a training mask on that covers her eyes. meaning she is only able to use the Force to sense her surroundings, very similar to Luke Skywalker training in A New Hope with Obi-Wan Kenobi. So this trailer itself all but confirms that Sabine will be Force sensitive, because how would she be able to sense her surroundings if she wasn't? Now, I know that many of you are going to complain in the comment section below that there are too many Force sensitive characters in Star Wars right now. And I totally get that. It seems like every main character in every show has to use the Force. However, when you look back before Order 66, there were tens of thousands of Force-sensitive Jedi all over the galaxy. So honestly, it makes sense that all these characters have the ability to tap into the Force, with the right training, of course. Especially when you compare the time of the Ahsoka show versus before Order 66, when there are tens of thousands of Jedi roaming around. Now, we could get into a conversation about what is the Force and how can people tap into the Force, and could everybody technically with the right training tap into the Force, but that's a huge conversation for another video. However, getting back to Sabine Wren being Force sensitive, this changes everything because of her connection to Mandalore. In The Mandalorian Season 3, we see Bo-Katan and Din Djarin lead the Mandalorian people back to their home world to take it back from the Empire. Now they're trying to build their people back up, and especially with Thrawn on the way, they're going to need all the help they can get. And a Force-sensitive Mandalorian like Sabine Wren would change the game. But tell me what you think in the comments section below. Do you think Sabine Wren will be able to use the Force in the upcoming Ahsoka show? With all these trailers indicating that it is likely that Sabine will use the Force in this show, I cannot wait to see that happen. Smash a like on this video if you liked it, hit subscribe, and hit that bell so you get notified every time I post a video. And join the people who love Star Wars by hitting that join button next to that subscribe as well, and becoming a member to the channel. We go live on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, so don't miss out on any of that by hitting that subscribe. And if you want more, go check out this video I just did all about this crazy retcon that is happening to Ahsoka and Palpatine.